Hey friends, today I'm going to install Active Directory on Microsoft Windows 2019. This is an upcoming Windows server which is going to be launched in next year or end of this year. So I have just downloaded the evaluation copy of the Windows 2019 server and installed in my lab environment. I'm just going to log in with the server. I have just installed this OS and evolution copy. Build version is 1774, you can see, and this is the default page for the server manager, which is always launched. I will just disable this one as well, but for the meanwhile I can see this is the build version is 17744.rs5 underscore release. For the Active Directory installation, you're required to change the IP address. I mean, you need to change the IP address from dynamic to static. For IP address configuration changes, either you can select from LAN card from here, or you can go in the settings or by the command prompt as well. I need to first check the current IP address settings, and I can see the IP address is static because I have changed the IP address. So we are just looking, this IP address is 10.0.0.1 and IP address is 10.0.0.1, and after changing the IP address you need to just verify few things such as host name. You need to just enter the proper host name before installing Active Directory roles or before configuring Active Directory domain services on your server operating system. So you can change the host name either through the PowerShell command or command prompt, or through the graphical mode as well. I'm just going to change the IP host name from the graphical option. This is the correct naming convention which I have just entered in the lab environment, but you can assign the host name as per your requirement. This is the correct one, so I'm just closing this one, and Active Directory domain services need to be installed through the add and roll service features. So this can be installed through this option or through the manage option as well. But at presently I'm just installing this role and features option from add roles. I can see it is asking for the next. I need to select on the next because role based or feature based installation is going to be done on this. And this is the name server. Either if you have added different servers, so you can select the servers from this list as well, but currently there is only one server which I am going to be installing domains Active Directory domain services. So select this is the default selection, click on next and put the check on Active Directory domain services. Once you click on that, so you get again a new pop-up in which it is saying that there are the dependent features needs to be installed for the domain service role installation. So I just selected on the add features. These all features are more helpful for Active Directory configuration related things, such as if you want to configure group policy uh, and ADDS LDS tool, or PowerShell command you can run. So these all are the dependent features needs to be installed. So I am going to click on the add features and next. Again next, you can see the group policy option is by default selected, so click on next, and this is the explanation about the Active Directory domain services. What exactly is Active Directory domain service? You can see if you want to select if you want to see the complete things what exactly will be installed, so there is a list where you can verify it again, and if you want to go back, so click on the previous, because once it will be installed, so you need to uninstall all of the Active Directory domain services rules. So click on this, because it may be after installation of Active Directory domain services server required a reboot. So I selected that, and now clicking on install. It will take 35 seconds to 1 minute to deploying these all services and these all features and these all rules on the server. Once it will be installed, so we'll come back and we'll see how we can configure the domain services, Active Directory domain services in Windows 2019. Now I can see the configuration installation. Configuration is required after successful domain service roles installation. So I'm just going to click on the close, and before closing that, you can see promote this server to a domain controller is highlighted over here after Active Directory domain service roles installation. So you're required to click on this. So it will promote a domain controller, and it will configure a forest. If it is a first server going to be deployed, I mean if you are going to be make a first Active Directory server, Active Directory configuration, so you require to select add a new forest option. So here you need to assign a domain name, what exactly you want to do, what exactly you want to assign, such as sometimes if you are configuring an Active Directory in a lab, so you will assign as accordingly. But if you are doing the same thing in your company, so you need to assign a proper name as per the advised by your manager, or as per advised by your HOD. So I'm just assigning as per my lab environment, because this is my own domain. So I'm just assigning a domain name. This is wintelpro.com. Now the very interesting thing is that, like, because this is Windows 2019 server, so I need to just verify the forest functional level and domain functional level, what exactly is changed over here. When I'm going to clicking on the forest functional level list, so I can see only 2016 server highest forest functional level is available. It means Microsoft doesn't change the forest function level in the evaluation copy of Windows 2019 server. It may be later it will just add a function level Windows 2019, but that is not sure. So currently we can see only 2016 forest function level is here. So I selected this one, and when I click on the domain function level, because this is the highest forest function level, so you need to select only one. It means only you have the option of highest domain function level, that is 2016. If you select forest function level like 2008 R 2008 or 2012 R2, so you will get a second option as well. But because this is the highest one, see, when I selecting this one, it automatically change the domain function level on the top of server functional level, that is 2016. This is domain controller capabilities. Here you need to select this one, because Active Directory is integrated with DNS, so I need to select this one as well. And GC is by default, because this is the first domain controller, and every domain controller in 2016 or 2019, every domain controller will be a global catalog by default. I need to assign the DSRM password as well here. This password is helpful to restoring the Active Directory objects. So when you are running the server in DSRM mode, so you require this password. Now I'm going to click on next, and again next, because DNS will be also installed. And NetBIOS name is similar like Windows 2016 server. It will come as a domain name, first part of the domain name. See, this is the wintelpro.com, the first part of the wintelpro.com. So this is the NetBIOS name. Now going to click on next. So these all are the Active Directory related component. I mean the database, log folder and sysvol folder. These all folders having different parts of the Active Directory content. So in the later video we will see what exactly is database folder and sysvol folder. But currently we can see this is the default location where these folders, these files will be stored, these contents will be stored. So even you can change the path from here and select the location where you want to store this one, but currently I'm just installing this all in a default location, so I am going to click on next. So you can review your selections, what exactly you have selected in previous windows, and when you scroll down, so these all features are here which you have selected. So as per the review point of view, you can just go through with this, and if you found any changes need to be required, so you can go back and select this one, click on the next. So currently it's just prerequisites verification. Prerequisites check is going to be done, so it will verify that the things which is required for the Active Directory installation and configuration is available or not. So I can see all prerequisite checks passed successfully. So on the next we need to just click on install to begin the installation of Active Directory. So I can just click here. Few exclamation is also, you can just go through and see what exactly is this. But if you found this is successful prerequisite checks, so you can go on and click on the install option. Now Active Directory installation is in progress, and we will see the exact Active Directory installation completion part, in which we will verify the all the things which is in place, placed proper or not, uh, in upcoming 30 to 35 seconds videos. So we'll just wait here. Once Active Directory configuration part is done, so we will get a notification this server was successfully configured as a domain controller, and you will be signed out from this window, because and it will restart it. So after restarting of the machines, we will see new domain profiles will become over Windows server where you have installed the Active Directory. And currently still it is in restarting mode. So once it will be restarted, we'll see the things. This is just placing the all user based profile settings and computer settings for the user login. I need to wait here because it will take 35 to 35 seconds to 1 minute over here. Now I need to just verify the things which we have configured. See, this is the domain name which have assigned during the Active Directory domain configuration. Now I need to enter the password. This administrator is different as compared in the work group where before installing of the Active Directory domain, because this is a completely a domain account, domain administrator account, not a local administrator account. Because once you install the Active Directory domain controller on any server, so the local administrator will be disabled, and you require only domain administrator account to log in on the server. I need to just verify the Active Directory things. I'm in Active Directory user and computer snapping. I'm just going to click on the administrative tools, or you can run the dsa.msc command as well. This command is also redirected to the Active Directory user snapping, and if you want to access through the graphically, so just you need to click on the Active Directory users and computer over here. So we have just successfully installed the Active Directory domain service, and we have configured the Active Directory on Windows 2019 server operating system. So see, this is the default container which is created. You can say this is also organizational unit, and here there are the few built-in accounts has been created as well. These are built-in accounts and groups having different kind of rights and roles. So if you want to create a custom account, so you just click on the users and new, and you can click on the users. So we can see I'm just going to create an account test, and log on is test, and next I'm assigning a password complexity must meet the default domain account policy. User must change password at next logon option is selected. So it means Active Directory domain service and Active Directory domain configuration has been successfully done over here. That's why we have just created an account. You need to also verify the DNS component because Active Directory is completely integrated with the DNS roles. So for the DNS access, you can use DNSMG empty.msc command, or graphically you can go through the roles, server roles. Just scroll it down. I'm just expanding this server and checking the forward lookup zone, and see the default zone is also created for the wintelpro.com, and few Active Directory features is also integrated with DNS. This is DC domains, GC, PDC, and domains. These all are the different dependencies which needs to be installed with the Active Directory installation on DNS. So we can say that the Active Directory domain service roles installation and configuration part is successful. And thanks to watching this video. We will proceed and we will see in a few other things, a few new things which is implemented, which is provided by the Microsoft in Windows 2019 server. Thanks for the watching this video.